Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your career and money reading for the month of April. You're at 2020 Tarot, and this is Natalie. So the first card out will be from the Rebel deck for career and money for Gemini, April. I'm taking this one right here. All right, so it says 7, Legacy of Light. And this is calling on ancestors. It's intergenerational. Okay, so your ancestors, yourself, and the child, and you'll see that they either have their hands raised up to tap into the energy of the parent, for example, and the parent is has their hands up to tap into the energy of the elders or the ancestors that are maybe beyond. And then from there, we have the ancestors who have their hands down to share their energy with the other individuals on the card. So to me, this is kind of like, don't forget into whatever you're going to be doing pertaining to your money and career. Don't forget to think of the past and your legacy, your ancestors. If this has to do with you owning a company, just don't forget about that, the legacy left behind by your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents. Or if you're in a particular field of work that you followed the same footsteps as your parents did, or one of your parents, just hang in there, hang on to that thought. And if you're born on June 7th, maybe this reading pertains to you specifically, Gemini. All right, so too many cards. I just want one card, please. One card for Gemini. One card for Gemini. One card for Gemini. It'll be this one right here. Okay, we have the rabbit, and he's eating a carrot, but this particular rabbit looks a little bit unhealthy. So I think this has to do with the fact that maybe the company you work for, or if you're a company owner, that your financial situation is a little unhealthy at this time. If it is you working for a company, maybe your financial situation is a little unhealthy at this time. It's not as, bountiful as it should be, or as it was. Let's dive into the tarot now. Sorry, I had to pause the video for a second. All right, so back for Gemini. Career and money for the month of April. Gemini. Career and money for the month of April. Gemini, career and money for the month of April. Oops. Okay. All right. So here we go. The present situation is the Page of Swords. So this is you who has a lot of ideas. You're either communicating them verbally or in written, and you're holding your sword pretty high. So it's something that you take at heart. Okay, like you're convinced, and you're trying to convince others. The present obstacles is the Six of Pentacles, and this is about equal give and take. So I see this as possibly you paying out customers, or not customers, sorry, your employees. You're trying to be fair, but it's difficult to be fair in this because of the unhealthy financial situation at the moment. Currently, this is if you are a business, you own a business, okay? And if it's a personal situation where you work for a company, they're probably having themselves an unhealthy financial situation, which makes it hard for them to be fair with you for all the hard work that you've put in. Okay, so maybe you're not getting the promotion, or maybe you're not getting that pay raise this year. Okay, your desires and aspirations is wanting to have options opening up doors for possibilities. Your guidance is the moon. Okay, we're going to pull some cards on these, and your outcome is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is about traditions, linking right back to this legacy of light, legacy from your past ancestors. Okay, so let's park this deck and let's go with another deck. All right, so you're wanting options to be available to you at this time. You're communicating that. You're hoping for that. That's your truth at this moment. Financially, there's a dent in the wallet, basically, whether you're a company owner or for yourself. And, you know, you can't share the wealth with others, or the company can't share the wealth with you. So you want to have options. And the guidance for you at this time is the moon. And the moon is about secrets. It's about, you know, maybe also having things come out into the open. So let's see how can you use the moon energy, Gemini? How can you use the moon energy as guidance? How? We have the 10. Oh, we have a couple of cards. So let's just leave that there. We have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have the King of Swords. Okay, so to me, the King of Swords is clearly someone that is going to be using analytics. It's probably a businessman or an accountant or even a lawman who's going to be basically tranché, taking a hard set decision. And here on this card specifically, we have a man and a woman on either side of the King of Swords. And there's a baby in the back. And the baby is, you know, right now taken out of the equation. But, you know, this is kind of like the law is ruling as to who's going to have ownership, or not ownership, but who's going to have parental custody of this child. If you translate that into a business, again, it's someone's going to have to cut. Someone of law, someone of accountant, someone's going to be actually cutting things out and making a wise decision as to who's going to be caring for this opportunity, this business, or whatnot. For it to be able to grow adequately in the future. And the 10 of Pentacles, again, how can you follow the advice from the moon? Well, the 10 of Pentacles is about your security. It's about your intergenerational security, again, because we have the grandfather, we have the parents, and we have the child on here. So it's asking you to really look into the legacy of your company, if you're a company owner. What has been done, what traditions have been done. You need to look at that. Maybe get help from an outside source, an accountant I mentioned, or lawyer, in order to make certain that the moon energy is what is going to be your guidance. And in this instance, I think you need to hold on to your truths. You need to hold on to your secrets. Do not divulge them at this time if you're the company owner, or even if you're an employee. You do not divulge your secrets. You hold them tight to you, to your chest. You do this exercise, okay? Whatever way, context this fits for you. And, you know, by doing this, it'll probably clear up. If these options were in front of you, it'll start eliminating some of these options that are not so much options for you at this time, and allow you to pick the right one, the right cup for you, for your company, or for yourself. And when we look at the outcome card, again, it's a card of traditions, the Hierophant. And the Hierophant could be higher learnings or traditions. So let's look at that. What other cards that can support the Hierophant on the outcome? We have the Six of Wands, which is winning, which is victorious. It's recognizing, so recognition. Let's pick another card. Oops. Let's pick another card. Okay, we'll go with this one here, which is the World. Okay, so yes. What I really like about this is you're going to definitely focus on the traditions. You're going to focus on the legacy that was left behind for you, either as a company owner or as a person, an individual. I mean, this is what I'm seeing. These are your options, okay? Is to focus on that and making sure that you have enough for yourself and your kids and the kids to come, your grandkids. Hold on to your secrets. Do not divulge everything. You can also use your intuition in doing this exercise, but you're going to need to rely on someone who's going to be able to give you the proper answers to clear up these options. I mean, options are good, but options can be confusing as well. There's a lot of clouds here, so the confusion is there. So you need to have clarity of mind, and that's going to spell out the financial status as well, so that you have enough money as an individual or as a company to give to your succession, right? Your kids, your grandkids. So doing this exercise will clear up the options. And again, we have the Hierophant, which is the card of traditions and higher learnings. But you'll be victorious in this, in doing this exercise, because you're going to remain with the traditions and you're going to be successful at this. And what I like about this, not only is this cycle being closed off and starting a new cycle, but you have all 4 fixed signs in the corners of this card, meaning that being fixed energy, it's a permanent change. It's a permanent situation that's going to be positive for you. All right. I hope you like this. So I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'm going to get some cards from Lenormand for further clarity. For Gemini. We have the Abundance card, the Fish. Good. And we have the Garden, which is social events or activities, meetings, if we are, looking at this from a business perspective. And then we have the Whip, work. So a lot of work's going to be put in. A lot of meetings are going to be had. But eventually the abundance is going to be back in your life, okay, with these 3 cards. That's what I'm seeing. It may be hard to assimilate at first, because you're going to be involved with a lot of back and forth meetings, but it's going to secure your abundance. Let's pull a card on animal spirits for Gemini. Animal spirits for Gemini for the month of April. And we have the Eagle, Mastery. It says, you are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. Okay. So clearly, I think, let go of the past, I think, is this financial hardship that you've had. And, it is what it is. We all had to deal with it. We're all involved in this, with this COVID situation, if it's pertaining to COVID, why you're hurting. But you need to let go of the past and you need to go on a different journey. And this journey is beyond the sky. And if we look at the World card, she's floating in the air above Earth as well, right? Which kind of spells of, being up in the sky. It's a new journey. It's a closing out of a cycle, going on to a new cycle. But what's also the essence that I talked about here that's important is that it is a very stable energy, because you have the 4 fixed signs, which make it permanent. And I really like that because, you know, usually permanency is a grounded energy, but now this is in the sky. So this really totally speaks of for the World card. So mastery. Once you know what you're doing, once you have the right guidance, you'll master this art and you'll be in the right spot for, you know, the future of your company or your financial situation. Okay, I'm going to ask you now, Gemini, to ask a question that requires a yes or no answer. So please go ahead and formulate your question in your head. And if you need to, pause the video before I pull a card, okay? Yes or no question for Gemini. Oh, it says unlikely. So this is a negative no. Unlikely. So whatever your question was, it's unlikely to happen. All right. Let me know in the comment section if this resonated with you. I'd like to hear from you. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already and you want to hear more from me in the future, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have already done so, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So all the best to you, Gemini, for the month of April. And we'll see you next month. Take care.